a car drives into a Black Lives Matter march. Gunshots leave a protester dying in the street.
Felt like I was right there. He was just trying to hold on to his life.
The victim carried a rifle. The shooter claims self-defense. We look at the larger issues in play, from gun laws to how police protect the people who protest, and how lawmakers could address calls for change. Hello, thank you for joining us for this special edition of State of Texas. I'm Josh Hinkle, and this week we're joining you from downtown Austin, where 1 week ago, a Black Lives Matter protest march led to a confrontation, gunfire, and ultimately a young man losing his life. The story made headlines across the country, and it's bringing up issues with an impact far beyond this street corner. This is where it happened. Witnesses say a car drove from 4th Street onto Congress Avenue right into a group of people marching. Video shows a crowd gather around the car. The driver said a man in the crowd pointed a rifle at him. The driver also told police he pulled out his own gun and fired in self-defense. The shots killed 28-year-old Garrett Foster. He was marching in the protest while carrying an AK-47 type rifle. He did not fire the weapon. Foster had been pushing a wheelchair for his fiancée, who was also part of the protest. The man who fired the deadly shots is Daniel Perry. That's according to his attorney. Perry claims he was working as a rideshare driver when he came across the group of protesters. So far, no charges have been filed in Foster's death. Our investigator, Avery Travis, takes a look at how state laws about self-defense might come into play.
3 guns. A rifle police say Garrett Foster may have pointed at a driver. Deadly shots fired by that driver. And more gunfire. Another person told police they shot at the car as it drove away.
Here you had what essentially amounted to a shootout at one of the busiest intersections in Austin.
Texas law allows for the open carry of long guns and allows a driver to have a loaded handgun in their car, even without a permit. Ed Scruggs leads Texas Gun Sense, an advocacy group fighting for tighter restrictions.
Perfect storm of weak Texas gun laws coming together.
But CJ Grisham with Open Carry Texas, a gun owners' rights organization, says laws wouldn't have changed that.
Trained gun owner, and I don't mean training by the government. The government doesn't give this training. I'm talking about people going to the range, people watching self-defense videos, would have known that you don't take a gun into a situation like that.
Grisham argues the only reason to have a gun is self-defense.
You'd probably be justified in defending yourself under the Castle Doctrine if deadly force was put upon you first and you're in your car.
Criminal defense attorney Steve Tolan says he can't speak to this case specifically, but there are a few required criteria anytime someone uses self-defense as their defense. You can't be the instigator, and you can only respond with the same amount of force used against you.
Words alone can never be justification for using deadly force upon somebody. You know, if you point a deadly weapon at somebody, that's a second-degree felony.
But he noted a car can also be used as a deadly weapon.
Accelerating with force, going through a crowd, you know, that's a very different situation that somebody might be justified in pointing a firearm in a moving car.
Avery Travis for State of Texas.
You just heard the attorney in Avery's story talk about a Texas law commonly known as the Castle Doctrine. It gives you the right to use deadly force in your home, business, and car. You're allowed to stop someone in the process of committing a crime or to prevent that person from running off. You do not have to retreat first as long as you have a right to be in that location. But the attorney also said that motives matter and every self-defense case is unique. Right now, Austin police say that the driver and another individual who fired at the car have been released pending further investigation.